And do you know what's important? Honoring those who are with you at the beginning. Whoever doesn't honor the little will not be entrusted with much. That's one of the secrets I never failed at. I didn't care about the size of the audience. At first, of course, it weighed on me. I felt the pressure of wanting a crowd, but I realized that to avoid being crushed by that pressure, I had to separate my work from the size of the audience. I decided, I'm going to do my best no matter how many people are watching, and that mindset brought me joy. Today, I leave my comfort, my lifestyle in the US, to be here. I walked onto this stage and thought, I want to give this lecture as if it were my first time. It's been a while since I've said this, but I want to speak to your soul, to truly touch hearts. From time to time, I have crises. Want to know something? I feel like going broke. It sounds crazy, but it's as if I want to reset everything to save more people. I have the courage to throw it all away and start over, if it means fulfilling what's in my heart. Those who know me understand. I don't look at what I've achieved and think I'm powerful. I don't want to live bound by bricks, contracts, or empty conversations. I want to live for what my soul longs for what my eyes have never seen. I know that for a powerful movement to happen, I need to unlock you. Otherwise, we won't live out what is necessary. The worst sadness I could face would be to reach 1 trillion reais, and at the end, here, you weren't a good and faithful servant. You left for another generation what you could have done. That is what consumes me. For those who don't know me closely, let me be clear. Nothing interests me more than the kingdom. Everything else is secondary. Matthew 6:33 burns in my heart daily. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. 2 other verses also drive me. Matthew 21:42, which says, the stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone, and Matthew 24:14, which declares, this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. My life is built on these verses. Don't confuse me for something else. My purpose is clear, to raise a nation as a testimony to all others. This is what burns inside me, and it's why I'm here. If it were about money, I would have stopped long ago. That doesn't interest me. Once someone remarked that instead of Elon Musk spending $44 billion to buy Twitter, he should have donated the money to end world hunger. Do you know what Musk replied? Prove that it will end hunger, and I'll give the money. But if it doesn't, I want the money back. Let me explain something to you. There isn't enough money to end hunger if we don't address mental poverty. The world has 8 billion people, each eating at least 3 times a day, creating 24 billion meals daily. Without teaching people how to produce and develop self-governance, not even the $256 trillion of global wealth would solve the problem. However, it's possible to end poverty. Help one person prosper, and they'll change thousands of lives. 10 prosperous people can impact millions. 1,000 extremely prosperous people can transform the world. And while some say, billionaires shouldn't exist, I respond, what should exist instead? A Venezuela, where billionaires have left, no one produces anything, and there isn't even toilet paper for basic needs. When a company like Coca-Cola decides to leave a country, it's a sign of collapse. Today, even stray dogs live better lives in prosperous countries. And now, with ID cards and welfare for pets in some regions, we're seeing how quickly things can spiral when there's no mindset for creation and growth. Now, back to the time machine. The evolution of communication has reached the digital age. Today, I can speak to many people simultaneously through digital platforms. Before, I'd have to get into a car or plane and exhaust myself to reach the same number of people. Technology allows me to reach more people with less effort. Just as communication evolved, wars have also changed. In the beginning, they were physical disputes, fists, stones, arrows, and swords. Then came gunpowder, followed by missiles, airplanes, and eventually nuclear bombs. But do you know where we are now? In cyber warfare. Today, the greatest global fear is a digital attack. I personally invest hundreds of thousands of dollars to protect companies with cybersecurity defenses. The digital world is now the battlefield, whether in communication or in war. Everything has converged onto this platform, and those who don't understand this will be living in the past. Just as wars and communication have evolved, personal and economic growth must also follow this evolution. Humanity's great transformation began with agriculture. That's when families grew larger to provide more workers. This model tied people to one location and also started the process of fattening up, fattening animals and people. The whole cycle resulted in the pursuit of faster and more efficient experiences, exactly what the digital age offers today. Now take a look at the evolution across different fields. 1. Communication. It started verbally, then moved to inscriptions on stone, passed through all eras, and has now reached artificial intelligence, all digital. 2. Money. It began with simple tools like hoes, then progressed to steam engines, combustion, electric, electronic, and now computational systems with processors, memory, and software. Today, 98% of the world's money is digital. 3. Geography. In the past, people were nomadic or settled in fixed locations. Today, the digital world connects any point on the globe. 4. Relationships. Many, unfortunately, have also become digital. Even books and the reading experience have shifted to e-books. And what about the future of food? Imagine a machine where you input all the nutrients you need, eliminating the need to seek out food. In space, this is already a reality. On Earth, it's only a matter of time. And for those who enjoy the sensation of biting into warm bread, even that could one day be simulated in the brain. If you're overwhelmed because you feel you don't understand technology, know that I didn't either in the beginning. I started with in-person talks. I still remember the pain of buying my first camera for $1,000. It felt like a fortune. When my YouTube channel launched, we had 400 viewers. I was ecstatic. Then we adjusted our strategy and reached 4,000 viewers. One day, the audience exploded to 34,000 people. That shook me. That's when I realized people wanted to listen but didn't know how to find me. The fault was mine. Repeat after me. The fault is mine. Now, if you don't want to speak like I do, that's okay. Put someone else in front of the camera, but do something. The digital world is the most powerful tool we have today to unlock wealth, connect people, and transform lives. If you don't want to speak, let your product speak for you. No matter what you're doing, the world is on the cell phone. Repeat after me. Yes or no? Yes, you're obligated to be on the cell phone. You're either buying or selling. Write this down as a golden rule. Use only 5% of your time with technology for consumption and 95% for producing, connecting, and transforming. Unfortunately, many people do the opposite. They consume 95% and produce only 5%. The result? It would take 10 lifetimes to pay the price of that imbalance. The key is to make a transition from passive consumption to active production. That will be my job with you in 2025, to help you prosper. Repeat after me. My mind is open to being configured. The difference between a door and a path is simple. The door can change your life, but only the path transforms it. Walking is a continuous process. If you follow what I teach step by step, new levels of consciousness will be unlocked. You will gain small victories that will build your self-confidence. This is what we call self-efficacy. Self-efficacy happens when you achieve something and your brain says, you're capable. It's the seal of authority you earn at each stage.